Okay, this is not really a lesson, it's more to show you a couple things on a Sharp calculator. Now this is a Sharp right view, and this button here would obviously turn it on. I'm just going to cancel off everything that I have on the screen there now. Alright, what I wanted to show you is the fractions function. On your calculator, you would have a button that looks like this one. You would see the A/B, and either above it or on the next button you might see A, B/C. Now this is just so that you can enter numbers as fractions and be able to solve them. So let's say for instance you have a half. I would press 1, then I'll press this one, then I'll press the 2, and I will have a half written on the screen. If you watch there on the screen, you would see the half. And all I do is I press the side button if I need to, and then I go plus whatever operator I decide to do, and I go 3/4. I press the equal sign, and then I'll be able to get my fraction working out on it, and I will see the answer in the corner here as a fraction, which is 1¼ If it is that I don't want it as a fraction, then what I can do is I can just press the change button, and if you notice, I get it now as an improper fraction. I press it again and I get it now as a decimal. Now as I said, this is a Sharp right view, and this is one of the calculators that I use. I'm not sure if you can be able to use it in exam, but the button is what I'm really interested in showing you how it works. On other calculators, you would see an R on the screen. You would see 1 and then a little R, and then you'd put the 2 to represent that fraction. Entering improper fraction, sorry, a mixed number fraction is the same. If I just cancel everything, 2 second function, and then this button here to get anything in yellow above, 2 second function, and then I will have a half, and I just simply have to move the cursor to the point that I want, so I get 2. Notice 2½, press my equal sign, and it gives me that. If I press that and I just decide to change it, I can get it as a mixed number or as a decimal. Another button that I would like to show you is the squares function. So like if I want to figure out 5 squared, it will be just simply 5, press the square button, and you press the equal, and it works out 5 squared for you without having any problems. And then let's see, the next one that I'll be interested in showing you is the x to the y function. Now the x to the y is just simply whatever number to whatever power you want. So let's say for example I want 5, or let me use a different number. Let's say I want 6 raised to the 22nd power. I can just simply calculate that, press equal, and I'll be able to get my answer. Now this is an exponential answer, and scientific notation answer, sorry, and we'll do that a little bit later on in the lessons. Next button that we'll be interested in is these two right above it, which is the square root and the root over here. So to use the cube root, let's say for example, as one of the questions had, we had 64. We want to find the cube root, so we press 3. I'm going to cancel everything first. I press 3 first because that is the root that I want to find, the cube root. Second function, and then I press the next button here, which is the x root sign, and then I just put in the 64, and I'll press the equal sign, and notice I get cube root of 64 is equal to 4. But we already know that. So that's how you would use the square root and the cube root and the powers and the fractions to make your calculations a whole lot easier. Later on I'll show you more functions as we go along.